16. What section 16 says? I would seek the leave of the court to read the section 16. What are the parameters? What are the substantive things which ought to be calculated? Without that, there cannot be any calculation of the interest component. If your ladyship may allow, I will read section 16, please. Section 16 start with date from which and rate at which interest is payable. There are two things: from which date interest ought to be payable, and at the rate which has to ought to be payable. Where any buyer fails to make payment of the amount to the supplier as required under section 15, the buyer shall, notwithstanding anything contained in any other agreement between the buyer and the supplier or in any other law for the time being in force, be liable to pay compound interest with monthly rest. This is the time, with monthly rest to the supplier on that amount from the appointed day. In my humble submission, nowhere in the award they have adjudicated what is the appointed day. Now, for that matter, appointed day is defined in section 2 of the definition clause. What appointed day? Your ladyship says that it is 15 days from the day of acceptance or from the day of deemed acceptance. There is another term, deemed acceptance word is used. What it says is, if I supplied a good to a buyer and within the 15 days there is no written communication, the goods shall be deemed to be received. So there is no things which has been adjudicated by the learned arbitrator in the award. For that matter, even if we will consider that the learned commercial court is deliberating upon the issue of the computation of the interest component, that itself says that there is no thing. If for that matter, if there would be an award and there is a specification that this is the appointed day, these are the monthly rest. One other point is rest, monthly rest word is used, and the rate of the RBI fluctuates twice in a month, 15 days in a month. For that matter, that has to be calculated. The legislature was very, very keen enough for the. My calculation is nil, your ladyship, because there is no interest component, and that is what these all these. No,
What is your interest?
My only humble submission is I am barred by getting my remedy of 34 to be invoked, just giving an onerous liability of 40 crores to be deposited. In my humble submission, you are to the settled law and vis-a-vis to the Arbitration Act section 31(3), I don't have, as per this award may be set aside, and then there could be.
No, but you see, the law requires you to pay.
Very, very well. But
it has found you liable to pay.
Very well.
You are saying that delegation of that job to the chartered accountant was not proper,
Permissible.
And the interest calculation should have been made by the council itself.
Adjudication only.
Which is
by the MSME Council, it's a tribunal.
Facilitation. So now, I am asking you, what is your calculation?
In my humble submission, your ladyship, I may be wrong. I have submitted, because what I am saying is, this is an award within the meaning of 31. And as per section 2(4), which recognizes statutory arbitration, it says that provision of the Arbitration Act would apply. How can, for that matter, this is the only duty of the MSME Council, nothing more, nothing less. For example, I have supplied the goods in 15 days. I have not given any objection. The goods shall be deemed to be accepted. For that matter, your ladyship may please have section 21 of this MSME Act. The legislature was.
With us submitting this interest calculation interest. That's it.
What I suggest your ladyship may pass by the court, impute. Page 4, please.
Order number 40.
6, 2 and 4.
And I believe that the next step to be followed is ascertaining the interest component and both sides. Component activity and furnish the calculation before. Additional information say that according to both parties. By the order to submit their respective
Calculations. Yes.
that is what I'm saying. What is your calculation?
In my humble submission, your ladyship, per the
Why not be text on this?
See,
This order is already there.
this order is already there.
Tell me
To
what is, they have given excess, you have given
they are saying it is
your calculation.
in my humble submission, because this what this order 4/10/2024 order and 6/2/2020, what is the issue before the court is that how the withdrawal would be done by the order of this honorable court. Only 8 crore was directed to be deposited. We deposited that amount by the order dated 4/10/2025. I will show your ladyship that that amount has been withdrawn by them on a condition of furnishing the equivalent amount of bank guarantee. 6/2 order, similarly, they have allowed the bank guarantee terms. Nowhere in that
I'm asking you, person, you submitted before the court.
I have submitted nil.
My calculation, both parties pay.
Yes,
What was your calculation?
my calculation which I have submitted by my submissions dated 9/6/2025 is nil. To that extent, because law does not bound me that there is no interest in the
Lordship, may I just once show page 95 of their application, Lordship, see the prayer, Lordship. Page 95 of the revision application, Lordship. The prayer portion, sir. Prayer B mostly, Lordship. To allow, Lordship got page 91, to allow the deposit of any deficit amount which has not been specified by way of installment after conclusion of the final argument in the petition under section 34.
in that matter,
This is their application, Lordship.
page
And
94.
in the other argument section, written arguments also, in the other pages also, the similar thing has been given.
Very
Nothing specified, and they have sought for installment on what?
57 lakhs is
That
the
they have not
leftover amount.
specified,
No,
Lordship.
90 page 94. Your ladyship may please see page 94.
Prayer, Lordship.
Nee, by prayer is QR to the submission para 12. We have said 75% of the impugned award would be 11.42 CR into 75%. This minus 8 crores we have already deposited. 57 lakhs is the leftover amount. We sought the leave of the court that 57 lakhs may be given with the installment, or to that effect may be deposited as per the order.
What has the court said about the 57?
No, they have rejected. They have said that you have to deposit the complete amount in one go.
That order you have not challenged.
No, that order is the impugned order only. 40 crores order is the impugned order, your
That
ladyship.
is the only order, my lord.
That is the 40 crores. We suffered an order that 40 crores ought to be deposited. Then only our
First,
Hmm?
that was the only order first.
that is the only order passed QR to our application.
Observation of this our application.
Even to that effect, your ladyship, 4/10/2024 and 6/2/2025 order.
See, we went to the court and we went to it. You put in 8 crores. You
Very well.
were-
Very well. Very well. Very well.
That I will come back with my calculation.
Very well.
The court allows you to do so. Then you say, no, my calculation is 0. How unfair can you be?
Your ladyship, it is not unfairness. I will be fair to the court till the time.
3% compound interest on RBI rate. So you cannot escape the liability of paying that interest.
That liability ought to be deposited by other authority of law. If there is no authority of law, say if there is no
May I
arbiter.
admit the Lordship. And Lordship, if I may admit,
Your lordships, there is no
provision laid
estoppel.
down in the statute was meant to cover the delay. This delay, Lordship knows better than me.
Then
There are also judgments passed by your lordship. which I have
then
not carried.
in that matter, if your lordship may have the judgment of Usha Martin also by Justice Saraf in my compilation, that also addresses upon the same issue. The squarely similar issue was came before 34, where the award holder has asked that 34 ought not to be heard because of the 75% amount. This judgment also says that if there is no adjudication upon the interest, how I am liable? I am a state. I am very happy if law prescribes me to deposit that amount, I will be depositing. When there is no law in that behalf, only for that portion I am seeking the right before the court only. Because it's a grave injustice to me. 40 crores I will arrange, I will deposit 40 crores, then my application would be heard. And also that money will be withdrawn. I have a suggestion, if that matter may be remanded back and reconsidered, that also may be done. Because there are jurisdiction, your ladyship may appreciate one fact. For example, law prescribes me to pay compound interest 3 times. Now, unless until there is no award, 18.3 says that because 15, 16, 17 are substantive provisions, unless until there is no enforcement agency in that behalf, there is no award. How can I be liable? Without a sanction of law,
3% is part of the award.
your ladyship,
What is not a part of the award is the quantum. But the payment of interest at the 3% bank rate was part of.
3 times the bank.
All right.
But the thing is, there is, for compound interest formula is amount is equal to P bracket 1 plus R upon 100 to power n. There is no rate of interest. There are no monthly rest. Now, by the whims and fancies, the chartered accountant will decide from which appointed day, what with the appointed day. It is the sole regime of the arbitrator, your ladyship. This is my humble submission. And to what extent, what will be the rate applicable, that is also decided by the chartered accountant. Can it be done under the provisions of the law? The jurisprudential aspect of a law is coercion. There is a coercion in law. There is a coercion in law if I am not doing.
Lordship, section 16 specifically, Lordship knows better than. Lordship, that this chartered accountant's calculation was submitted in the course of section 19 application, Lordship. This is not which was submitted in part of the award. Lordship, but the award does not carry that.
He's right of that. See.
I will change my word, adjudication.
16, everything. What is liable for you to pay, for them to pay?
Liability.
And the court says, the law says that this is the calculation.
Lordship.
The law says what will be the calculation.
What will be the calculation?
I am not equipped to the mathematics.
Very well.
Take your assistants and say, you find your calculation. They file their calculation.
Lordship, I have already filed. Let them file the calculation.
But this task has been awarded before the arbitrator. This fact that learned court is doing this calculation. One more point. There is. I oblige your ladyship.
Lordship, at the present moment, let that particular amount, whatever be the calculation part, let it be deposited with the register of the commercial court. I would not withdraw, Lordship.
But the thing is, 15.7 lakhs, I am ready to pay.
That is already is due as per the law, Lordship. That was led by.
34 is suffering from 2021.
This is the date, this is the rate.
Very well.
Lordship.
Right? Now, the council says you will pay the interest.
Very well.
The chartered accountant will calculate and give it to you.
Yes.
Lordship.
They accept. If they don't accept, there is no calculation before the arbitrator. Then what? How can amount which is which can be anything between 10 rupees to 1 crore
Very well.
be a part of the award?
Very well. Adjudicator.
I do oblige, Lordship.
But that has to form a part of the
Award only. That is our contentions.
Lordship, with due
One
respect,
more aspect is section 20.
also covers that part, that where the delay is being done, Lordship. Because when the award is being challenged for a longer time, Lordship.
To be a delay of something, there has
Your-
to be a calculation of interest at some level.
Lordship.
No, my humble
7, Lordship. If they resort to that.
You are an authority.
Very well, your ladyship.
And let the 34 be registered and let it.
On instructions, I have instructions to say that. One more point which is very relevant. legislature in his wisdom has made a banking institution member as a mandatory member of the council. This is
Today, suppose.
Lordship, but only the delay part, I
So,
leave to it, Lordship.
I give a decree of divorce.
very well.
And then I say, then all right, your chartered accountant probably will give a letter to the advocate calculating the permanent tenure.
Very well.
And can that be?
Can be done. Even to that extent, it is
Quantification is not there.
Lordship, but that
Because it got for by cash. Demand.
by demand by draft. By your lordship. Huh? No, no,
this will be without prejudice to
without prejudice.